So hey guys, this is Dan again. This will be the third video, and you know, in my first video I kind of did a description of how I want to do this 210 gallon 3 display setup. Second video was kind of about my sump that I had put together, so check that out. The third video is going to be about this algae scrubber slash CHAETO ball tank that I'm making. That's actually going to come straight from the drains from the main tank and the 229s, drain through an algae scrubber, go under this wall. Hopefully that's going to create turbulence that's going to keep my CHAETO ball rolling, and then it's going to go out the drain and into my main part of my sump. So that's the idea. This is a 40-gallon breeder I just got off of Petco. I had another tank I was thinking about using, but I was not sure, and I did some videos about how to tell if glass is tempered. Didn't have much luck with it. Decided just to go buy one that I knew was not tempered. So yeah, this is the tank I'm going to be using for it. I started putting together my first algae scrubber screen, and I'm going to go over how I did that. So this is kind of the start, and I'll show you how this is going to go. Okay, so on this stuff, you can get this at any arts and crafts store. I forget what it's called, but any arts and crafts store will have it. And what you want to do is rough it up with sandpaper. Kind of the same concept as the plexiglass in my sump. And it just gives that algae something else to grab. Makes it easier for it to latch onto it. So you want to rough it up really good. Flip it over, do the other side. And that's that. Alright, so this is how you cut this egg crate stuff. I use the miter saw or the table saw, same story as the plexiglass. So how I zip tie these, and it took me about 10 zip ties to realize this, kind of a stupid moment. Run through that one, go underneath the egg crate, and back into the next hole over on that arts and crafts stuff. And that way, it holds this nice and centered on that, and when you do the other side, you can pull it taut. So I'm going to go through that one. Back up through the next one over.
I kind of got my fingers in there.
Alright, so that's a completed screen. Okay, so I put two of my algae scrubber screen holders in. I'm going to show you how I did it on the third and last one, I should say. So I measured these out. That's my marks, so I know where to put them. And I'm going to go over this real quick, even though I went through this in a previous video about my sump. Whenever you glue this acrylic, you want to sand it on any edges that you're doing, and then clean it. Also clean the glass where you're putting it in. Okay. Stop. Good. Mm-hmm. All right, so as I put the silicone on the edge here. on the bottom. And then since my finger doesn't fit, I'm actually using this to spread the silicone in here, and it actually sets my gap that I need for this. And then just a matter of cleaning up the rest of it. A little bit more silicone on that side. Alrighty, so that's how I did it. So I'm putting in this wall, and I know there's going to be, if you guys have watched my Sump video, there's going to be a little repetition here, so I apologize for that. On my walls that are suspended, I put these little blocks so the weight of the wall is not on just the silicone. The weight of the wall is actually on this block. And then on anything that I am putting against the glass, see how that's tapered? That's so I miss the silicone. So it, I'm not pushing down on the silicone of the actual aquarium. That's why I taper that like that. So sorry about the repetitive information if you've been following this. But let me get this wall in and we'll go from there. All right, so this thing's done and I am pretty happy with it. I am actually really happy with it. So I did have a little mishap. My first algae scrubber I actually was going to put right here, and then realized I don't have enough room for my bulkheads draining in here along this ledge. So instead of pulling it out and redoing it, I just decided to leave it there. Maybe I'll end up using it for something else. So I've got 3 algae scrubber pads here, and look at how easy this is going to be. Just right in, right out. So I made 3 of those. I'll pull these out real quick so I can explain this a little bit, how I did this. So yeah, and then I had little pieces of plexiglass left over, so I put these gussets in. They're not the prettiest thing in the world, but they are extra strength because I'm going to be pulling these things in and out a lot probably. So glued those in. So water is going to come in here through those algae scrubbers, go under this wall, come up under the wall. This is going to be the CHAETO ball, and it's going to have to drain through this. This I put in here to catch any big chunks of algae or a CHAETO that try and get in. And then just made this little ledge here for that to sit on with 2 support brackets here. There's the 4 bulkheads that I drilled out, my main 2 drains here, and my overflow protection here. I made a separate video for drilling these holes in the aquarium because this one was running a little long. So if you want to see that, subscribe and check out my channel. There is a whole video on how to drill these holes. I don't know whether I'll put a wire mesh on this or what, but the cool part about this is even if I get some stuff through this and into the bulkheads, it's just going to get caught in my filter in the next in my sump. So really happy with the build. These I put in here just in case I need to put another egg crate in here to keep algae or something. That was just a just in case thing I put in there. I don't think I'm going to use it because again this will catch it, or my filter's going to catch it before it gets to anything where it's going to hurt anything. So hope you like this. I think it came out really cool. I hope it's going to work as good as I think it's going to work, and we'll catch you on the next video. Let me know if you like it, and please subscribe. There's more to come.